live at the Hive with the Biz Beez. We are super excited today to introduce you to our next guest, Deb from Baskets Galore, right here from Brunswick, Ohio. We are super honored to have her part of our leadership team here at the Biz Beez, and we can't wait to hear her journey. So let's get started. Hi, Deb.
Hi, Janice. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Me too.
What an honor. What an honor it is.
Oh, well, thanks. Well, it's an honor to have you part of our leadership team, and we're really excited to hear your journey. So I know a little bit about you, but our viewers don't. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started?
Thanks for asking that question. As you know, I don't really like to talk about myself much.
Yeah, we don't always do that.
But what I do want to say is I am like you and so many other women, professional women, business women, women that are thinking of starting a business. You know, we're moms.
Yep.
We're professionals. We're wives. And, you know, we manage the kids, and some of us take care of elderly parents. And we just do so many things. So I want to start by just saying I'm just like everyone else.
Yep.
As far as the business part of that, you know, I started later in life, starting my own business in my early 40s. So
like me, yeah.
that's kind of where everything, you know, took off for me. And I really was doing what I was passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
But the 20 years before that, I started off as an X-ray technician and worked my way up to be a quality process engineer in medical devices.
Mm-hmm.
So I just say that so that people can identify that, you know, perhaps I started in one direction, but I'm going into another, which totally makes no sense. And when I decided to go into another field of gifting, my colleagues were calling me saying, "What are you doing? You're a great engineer. Why don't you write a book, go consult, do something?" But that wasn't my passion.
Yeah.
And
Didn't bring you joy.
I liked it. And of course, in engineering and medical devices, you make very good money.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't what I loved doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so now step back my first, you know, my teenage years. I was always into fine art, making things, building things, and selling things in middle school.
So you were an entrepreneur back in middle school, Debbie. How cool is that?
The reason I say that is because in the 70s, when I was graduating from high school, my teachers were like, "Why aren't you going into design and art?" And the answer was, at that time, you would be thought of as a starving artist.
Huh, interesting.
And you needed to pick a profession that was more noble and socially acceptable, like a nurse, teacher, secretary. And I just picked X-ray tech because our family didn't have a lot of money. We had a very modest you know, I grew up in a very modest home, and we didn't have money. And I had to pick a profession that, again, necessity, practical,
mm-hmm.
that I could start a career in and go to a 2-year college. So I went to community college, which I love. And then after that, my employers paid for my degrees and so forth, and then I went up the ladder. But when it came, now we're going to fast forward to my 40s again. So we went through childhood. I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to be a designer, and I had no modeling. I didn't have modeling. I didn't
mm-hmm.
have the support that we have and give to women, young women today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so
didn't exist,
wasn't there. And then, you know, I picked X-ray and then went into engineering, which is a totally male-dominated field. Mm-hmm. So, you know, as a woman, we have to be excellent at what we do. And I kind of have a strong personality, so I have to tone it down. So I had to tell myself, tone it down. But then moving forward, they wanted to relocate me and manage a bunch of people in Tarrytown, New York. And, you know, I just couldn't do it. I had a newborn. I had a 3-year-old. And I know what you're thinking. How can someone in their 40s have a newborn? Yes, I had my last child at 40.
Hey, no worries, no worries.
It's becoming more common now.
Oh, it is nowadays.
And
more
I
than
would
ever.
totally freeze my eggs and like.
I did.
I would totally do that. I mean, you know. Anyway, I digress. Sorry, Janice, I digress.
No, hey, we're all about being authentic here at the Biz Beez, and that's what we're doing right now is being authentic. Yes, because that's who we are.
I want to be vulnerable because I don't serve anyone if I play small, or I don't share those challenges that we have in business.
100%.
I don't serve anyone if I don't share with you the real stuff.
100%.
Because I don't want to come here and say, oh, yes, I do this and everything's lovely. You know, it's not all the time.
It's not. Not at all.
Right?
Not at all.
Not at all. And you and I know, you know, how that is.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, so I started the business in my early 40s.
So tell us about your business. What is it that you do and what brings you joy in what you do at your
why would I pick this? I'm an engineer, right? X-ray tech. This is not computing, right, for people. Right. Well, you know, I did get a business degree and I do like to build things and I like to give and I saw I'm kind of a practical person. Maybe that's the engineer part. That I was looking at what was going on in industry in the 2000s, and technology was really taking off. Technology was taking off, and that meant that relationships were going to maybe be neglected or needed more maintenance and nurturing. And so I said, you know, you've always liked to design and give gifts and do things beautifully for people. Why don't you re-engineer your life, take that, your business degree, and the need in industry that really, I mean, Holy Spirit and God works through me.
Oh my gosh, 100%.
And I that's one of the things I've learned that I would have tapped into more is knowing that you're always supported. Even though you don't feel you are when you're a young entrepreneur. But I took I put all that together and decided, you know what, we're going to focus on corporate gifting and, you know, consumers too. But we're going to help those small businesses with those strategies that allow them to make people feel appreciated and welcome and acknowledged.
You are very good at that.
And then we help these small businesses and large corporations with those things that allow them to grow and care. And our tagline is creating good feelings with gifts. And I'll say from the very beginning till now, that's hold true, that tagline for us.
So tell our viewers that may be having a dream of launching on their own. What is the one thing that you've learned, a couple things that you've learned in your journey of being an entrepreneur? You've been an entrepreneur for how long now?
So it's going to be about 17 years.
Wow.
17 years.
That's exciting.
But it's not always pretty. You know, there's things that happen. You're caring for an elderly parent. Your child gets a serious illness. You put things on hold. You're starting off in your home while you're raising children. So I don't want this to sound glamorous, but I follow you and I see your posts, and what you said yesterday in a post was so relevant. It's that dedicated little steps that gets you to your goal. Consistency. You show up, and I will say that has showing up and doing the work, little steps, breaking that big project. Yes, I want to own this, and I want this to flourish. But what are those little incremental steps that get you to that goal? And if you can do that and show up and be consistent,
results happen.
Good things are going to happen.
Right.
And you said it beautifully in one of your posts that I was, you know, that 19 inches, man. Whew. That came off, and I'm like, holy crap. What do you mean? I'm like, whoa. I mean, you know, you look fabulous, but you know, you are so close to it, you may not see it.
Yeah, no.
But we set our goals, we measure it, we learn, and we repeat.
Yeah.
And 100%. Those, I mean, you know, I would say, you know, that and, you know, just being more, not so much, I want to say we have to do, because we're only as successful as what we implement and execute. But the other thing that I think I would have told myself is just show up and be the light. Don't, what's your purpose? Show up. Show up, be present for your clients. Make it your solutions with gifting about them. I don't talk about oh, we do this cool gift, or I talk about you're trying to make someone feel special when they're onboarding them. Mm-hmm. You want to acknowledge your clients after they send you a referral. Mm-hmm. I talk about using gifting as a tool to solve your problem, mm-hmm. a tool to help you reach your goal. So it's not the gift, it's what the gift represents.
So that's awesome. So you hit on a couple of really key points that people don't think outside the box. And I know you're all about boxes, right? So
yeah.
Thinking outside the box. And so what would a business need to gift for? So you talked about onboarding. Let's talk about onboarding a little bit. Yeah. You know, you onboard a client, you onboard a new employee, right? We always talk about in the HR world, got to onboard your team. Onboard, you know, what does that look like? Well, it looks different today than it did 2 years ago, you know, because of this big C word, COVID, right? So tell us what that means by onboarding. And I'd love you to intertwine on what you would like to receive if you were sent a gift from Baskets Galore. What is that item that you would be like?
She's putting me on the spot. Thanks. You know, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. Did you notice? And I like to prepare. Seriously? You know, what I mean by that is, you know, we have, I break up who we serve into chunks. We serve an HR group.
Okay.
We serve salespeople and small businesses, and we serve event planners and people that are in hospitality. And whenever I'm talking to someone, they'll always fall into one of those three groups. So when I talk to them, I speak their language. I'm really clear about knowing what's important to you and what your challenges typically are, because I've been studying this so long, and I read about it every day. I'm a long life educator like you are. So what do we mean by onboarding? You know, for HR, that means when you come to the office, you have, you know, a box with some goodies, and we take the person's swag, and they feel special. They feel like you care about them, and you want them there, and you're making an effort in that relationship.
Yeah, 100%. You're kicking off that relationship.
It's all about the relationships, 100%. Right? Every business
100%.
Person knows that.
Yep.
We now have to nurture and maintain and retain those relationships. So everything we do is about attracting, making people feel special and cared for and nurtured, and then they want to stay. They want to stay. So that's just the first part of it. But then that HR person may have a first anniversary or fifth anniversary. Well, employers can go ahead and set up a program where they touch their employees, and it's automatic. We make it turnkey for them. Similarly with clients and business owners in sales. Someone sends you a referral. You're like, you know, oh, I got 3 referrals this week. Oh, I'm too busy. I don't know what to do. I want to thank them, but I don't know what to do. I want to spend like...
Or they don't know how to do it.
I don't know how to do it.
Right.
I want to spend like, you know, $15, $25. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be dinner. Okay.
It doesn't need to be a $130 bouquet of flowers.
We set up your program so it's you do what's required in business.
Right.
So big referral, big business account, you may send a couple $100 gift.
Right.
But for the most part, we want a little nosh.
Right.
We want to leave little noshes. We want to give
somebody... We want a wow factor to be delivered, right?
But you know what? It's when you get that, people love to open boxes.
Right.
They love an unexpected surprise. They don't know it's coming.
Right.
And it tells them, oh my gosh, she's really investing in me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, she really appreciated my referral. She took action, and she sent me something high quality. Gift cards are nice, but you can't enjoy them the moment you get them. 100%. So let's put in a little charcuterie board. Let's put in some nice cheese and some nice meats and mustard, or let's do a cool coffee. Something that's high quality, a pour over, a nice expensive cookies. Things that scream.
And yummy, because your stuff is yummy. Very, very yummy.
It's not, it screams luxury. It screams it screams like not too much, not too little, just the right amount to thank you for that referral, but something I can enjoy. Thinking of you created that moment.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're unforgettable then.
So we're going to wrap up here, and I really thank you for taking time out of your busy day because you are one busy woman. But I want you to leave our viewers today with a word of wisdom. What would you share with somebody that's kind of like on that brink of, should I do it? Should I not? You know, I've got this dream. What would you tell somebody? Give some words of wisdom to our viewers that that you want to leave them with today.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to say just miracles are everywhere.
Yeah.
And when you set your intention and I want to say when you set your intention and you're clear about and you feel that passion and you visualize what you want. Visualization is so key. Sports people do it, successful people do it, they do it on the golf carts. But remember, you have to have feeling behind it. When you're thinking, when your mind is visualizing where you want to be in that business that you want to get excited about it.
Yeah.
You want to create that feeling. That's what's going to create it for you. You set your intention, you take those little steps, and manifestation is going to occur because the good Lord's working with you.
Yeah, 100%.
Holy Spirit is working through me to come up with these ideas. None of this is mine.
100%.
It's all His.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all His. I'm just the conduit.
Yeah, 100%.
And so I would say be, clear about what your intention is, but feel it, because that's what's going to attract success to you.
And people will see that on your person, right? Yeah. You know what's in your heart, but people will see that in your presence. Talk about presence, right?
Yes.
So thank you so much for viewing with us today. We are super excited to have Deb from Baskets Galore. And you too can be a part of our private community of women business owners here in Medina and throughout the United States. You can join us by visiting our website at www.thebizbeez.com. And we've got a couple exciting things coming up here in Medina, Ohio. We have our launch party, which is August 24th. So we look forward to having you be a part of the Biz Beez too. Thanks, Deb.
It's my pleasure.